Sup?
Bruh, I'm just
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my, this is my second league. This is RRL Relaxed Racing League. This is the, I believe this is the 11th round? I think there's 12 rounds. So, or this is the 9th round. I forget. It's one of the two. It's like 8 or 9 or 10 or something like that. But this is the third to last race for sure.
I'm just too scared of locking up.
But as you can see on the left-hand side, we have my fastest qualifying lap. It's short quali, so 16 minutes of just one qualifying session, if you do not know. But on the left-hand side, you can see that's my fastest lap, and on the right-hand side, you can see this is my first lap. So I opted to go both times out in the medium compound tire because I think the one-stop strategy around Baku is just so much quicker. But as you can see, coming out of Sector 1, we're already more than 2 tenths up on our first lap. So you can see I'm just trusting the car so much more than I was on my very first lap, on my out lap. So obviously track evolution has something to do with that, and obviously a little bit of worn tires means that they can build up a little bit more heat. But you can see we just send it on the left-hand side on my fastest lap. We just send it through Castle, and we have such a great run through Castle section.
Lost a little bit of time there.
On the run down, I believe this is turns 15 and 16? Or 14, 15? I think this is 16. As you can see, we're so much more confident on the brake pedal. I think the most, since I don't run ABS, this is the first time I'm running no ABS, so it's a little bit of a challenge for me. But coming out of Sector 2, I'm already 8 tenths up already on my first lap, and I hadn't done any laps in between, so these are my only 2 laps I did in the short qualifying session, but 8 tenths up on my first lap. And on this fastest lap, I felt really good about it. I did lose out a little bit coming out of that final left-hand 90-degree corner.
What do I get? I think I went too close to AJ a little bit.
I can see the 139.3 on the medium compound tire, which is not a great lap, not a fantastic lap, but it's a good lap. It's a solid lap. I wouldn't say this is my greatest qualifying lap, but 7 tenths up on my last lap.
Wait, now Philly's
is decent.
Desynced.
So as we already get to the start of the race, you can see there's a red X on the person who got pole position, which is Nova, and he actually is desynced. And this weird glitch where he's actually in the race, but he's just desynced for everyone else, so he stays as a solid car because the F1 2021 game detects that he's in the game, but he's not technically desynced. He's just, it shows that he's
Philly, what place am I?
Like in the wrong, I think it just shows he's in the wrong position. I think this is one of the things they need to fix in the next patch. But as you can see, AJ actually jumps me, so he's not desynced.
What the fuck, bro?
My teammate AJ or Morty, he changed his name.
Right behind
in-game name.
Literally
but
right
AJ
behind
is my teammate currently in front of me now, so he's on the softs and he got a better jump on me, and I just got blocked off by Nova there. He took advantage of Nova actually, causing chaos in turn 1 and 2, and he just took advantage of that.
Driver DMB is P3 for me.
Luckily for him, but I think we're actually going to skip a lap ahead, and this is lap 2, exactly 1 lap ahead. As he goes into the castle, that's the first victim of the castle section. You see, he just absolutely eats it. Does not have enough turn in there. I think he either turned in late or he broke late or something, because I don't know, it just threw me off a little bit. But as you see, now this whole race is just me and driver DNB pacing each other, really.
Man, that's crazy.
The person behind me, he's P2, I'm P1, so I'm now leading the race in front of everyone else now. And we got to hold this guy behind us for 24 more laps around Baku. One thing I will say, though, is that I think he's going to opt for a 2-stop strategy in this race. I'm actually going to opt for a 1-stop. As you can see, he's going to go for an attack with DRS going into turn 3. And I'm trying to hang down the inside. He tasked me just a little bit. I think he turned in a little early there. It didn't give me as much space as I needed. But I tried to do a little switch back here, which is a little failed. Took a little less speed going into the apex of the corner. I think he was thinking I was going to go around the outside. But I knew if I didn't, if I hung around the outside, I might have had damage. I didn't want to take that risk. So I just surrendered the corner. Knew I had a little bit more pace than he did around here. So thought I would just follow him, try to save my ERS, and try to attack him and just save with DRS on the big main straights. And fast forwarding a little bit, like a half lap later, basically, I'm in the position to strike now. So on lap 4, I'm going to attack him with DRS here, try to get a good exit coming out of turn 2. He gets a little bit of wheel spin, but I think he immediately hits the overtake button. As you can see, we're actually struggling a little bit on the straight line speed, but with overtake and DRS, we make the move, job done, going into turn 3 now. And he's all over our gearbox here, so we just need to keep him behind. I wasn't sure if he was going to go down the inside here. I was really hoping he wasn't, but as we go around turn 4, he's actually surrendered the position, and now we're P2 going into sector 2 now. So as we said, a purple first sector, and we just need to try and pull a gap on him, but spoiler alert, it's really a head-to-head with me and him, really all race, most of the race at least. But fast forward a little bit here, I think he's actually gonna fast forward to when he attacks me with DRS here. So the DRS on this main straight is absolutely so strong around
Is he
Baku.
burning?
So this is when you actually want to make a
He
good
has to be,
attack.
right?
I try to hold the middle of the track, make him
Okay.
commit to his side so that I can commit to a defense, but he's
It's
just
fine. I'm gonna
the
save.
overspeed on me. He's at around 200 miles an hour, about 80 miles an hour ahead of me, or more than me, for sure. But driver DNB does get the position away. I try to get a good exit command here, but I hit the curb, which actually throws my car off, and I don't get a great exit. He's just burning his ERS, trying to pull away from me. He's trying to break the 1 second toe, but I think I do a decent job of sticking
no
around. I just want to
restart, so
conserve
I'm
my
at the
ERS
worst
at this
spot.
point. The disadvantage of harvesting ERS is that your tire temps go up and your wear goes a lot higher compared to the car in front. So when you're in dirty air, your
Well, he's not even seeing the
tires
same thing
actually
you
heat
are.
up a little bit faster. And yeah, you don't really get all the grip that you would want in dirty air because the turbulent air obviously affects
Whoa! What the
the car
fuck?
behind the most. But you can see there's an AlphaTauri who actually
Someone
warps
what
through the
fuck?
wall
Someone was
somehow
driving
there.
backwards on my
I'm
screen.
just freaking out because that messed me up. I've
That
never
scared the
seen a
shit out
glitch
of
like
me.
that before. But as you can see on this
Fuck.
panel, there's an
Oh my God,
AlphaTauri
that
right in front of
fucked
me
up my
that scared the crap
concentration.
out of me because it came right from the wall. It just like teleported or warped right straight through the wall. But on lap 9, going to lap 10, we actually opt to pit this lap, but we have a little bit of incident here.
Oh, I spun.
Spinning on our own, hit the front nose of our car. Luckily, no wing damage, but fortunately, locking
Wow,
the
yeah, the
brakes
rear end
there
just
actually
kicked out
helped
there
us
on the
not
pit.
careem straight into the wall there. So I say, yeah, I'm done. I'm boxed.
No wing
The
damage.
dirty air and
No wing-
50%
No wing
worn
damage. So
rear
good.
medium tires is just not doing it for us. So we pit for some hards. We can see the driver DMB actually pitted as well,
Oh, he
but he
went
opted for the
softs. Wow,
soft.
he's
So
going
he's
two
gonna go
stop.
for
Okay.
a, I believe it's a 2-stop on the soft. So he's going 13 laps on each tire. Or excuse me, 8 laps on each tire
Fuck,
because there's
that,
16 laps left.
Spin
So he
kinda
went
cost
for
me,
8
but
laps
whatever.
on the softs. So I thought it was the weaker strategy because you just lose so much time on the end part of the soft stint because you're just sliding around literally everywhere. So I opted
Well,
to
it's
go
only
into the
11 on
hard
my screen,
compound tire.
12.
Luckily, no tire faulting or tire problems.
Oh,
But
yep,
lap
safety car.
15, as we skip ahead, there's actually a
Easy.
safety car.
Nice. Didn't need to-
So with 11 laps left to go, I know this is easily this is an easy call for mediums. But as you can see, driver DMB who actually pitted ahead of us, right straight ahead of us over there, he pitted for soft. So he went for another soft compound tire. With 8 laps left to go in the session, the safety car is coming in. And he's actually got a great, not a great restart actually. He tried to catch me out as I was weaving, but I knew he was going to do that as soon as I weaved it again. So I get the better run on him. He gives a little bit of a dangerous move, kind of
Such a
forces me
dangerous
off of my
move by
line
him.
there. I thought I had a decent line going into the corner, but I guess he opted to dive to save his track position. But with 7 laps left to go in this session, in this race session, he is currently holding
That was
P1 on
dangerous. He
P2.
nearly
Technic
sent me
Speedy
into the
behind me is on
wall.
fresh mediums as well, and he's in P3. And he's second. The Technic Speedy, the guy behind me, he's second in the championship. So I just need to keep him behind. I'm about 40 points ahead of him, but I definitely needed to just keep him behind so I can secure my championship in this race. But that aside, my job in this drive was just to sort of keep up with driver DMB, because if I can keep this distance about 6/10 behind him in this race, I knew that towards the end of the race I was going to be so much stronger. The mediums is just such a better race tire compared to the softs, where the high of the softs is just very high, but the low of the soft is just so much lower than that of the medium compound tire. I think the medium is a good balance of wear and speed on most tracks, I would say.
I need
So
to keep up with them because
I think the medium is definitely the better race tire, which is the one you want to end on anyways. But fast forward to about the end of lap 20 going into 21, I'm about to make a move onto driver DNB. No DRS quite yet. I think this is the lap that it actually gets enabled going on lap 21. And he tries to make a little bit of a smart move here. He tries to give me the corner so that he would get DRS on the second straight, which I knew he was going to try and do, which is why he was holding the inside line. But I just thought, like, if I just get a better line here, I'm going to get a better exit, better traction, more speed over on him anyways. So I was going to make him pay for doing a cheeky little move like that. I hold the inside line, so I force him back onto the racing line, try to take the inside line here. But as he's about to make the move on me, there's actually a safety car. I think something happened turn 2 or turn 1 from the cars behind us, but another safety car has been called with 5 laps left to go in the session. So 21 of 26.
On driver.
This
Wait,
is
you got a 5
easily
second for that?
a soft strategy call, possibly a strategy call with
Interesting. I think I'm gonna
13
pick the
seconds
softs.
a difference between P1 to P5, I was gonna be like, oh yeah, maybe this is a good call for sauce, but at the very last second, actually, I decided to think better of it and stay out because I know these mediums can actually stick it and go to the end. But I fake driver DNB out, and he actually doesn't fall for the bait. I think he was just gonna match me whatever I did, so he actually opts to stay out on his soft compound tires. So a net 1 and 2 so far in this race, and as you see, there's 5 and 10 seconds on the board, but I think he just hit me, accidentally hit me, so. But nothing crazy. I'm still P1, no damage or anything had to be had, but as I'm leading the safety car restart, we actually get a great restart on him. We actually already pull about 4 or 5 tenths coming off of the restart, and just caught him out a little bit, but as you can see, as we zoom in on my rearview mirror, coming around turn 2, past the DRS side, he loses on his own. He actually DNFs from the race there. I'm not sure what happened. I think his tires must have just been absolutely dead shot. Because, you know, if I'm at 20% on my rears, he's got to be at like 40, maybe like high 30s, low 40 percentages on his tires. So as we go, fast forward to the end of that lap. Lap 25, we're going to stay on board for the majority of this lap 26. This is a little victory lap that we have. We're about 3.5 seconds away from technic speed.
Sorry.
And I could easily get this 5 seconds removed from my race time, but, you know, it wasn't anything crazy, and I didn't really care so much for like getting the time removed, but I tried my hardest. If I couldn't get him beat the 5 second time window between me and technic speedy by the end of the race, I was just going to give him the win. Because I'm already up 40 points. Might as well make it interesting going into Japan for next week's race. But as you already see, coming out of Sector 1, actually, we're already 3.5 seconds up. So I thought I was going to get this done pretty easily, as I'm trying to use as much ERS as I can, but try to stay as fast as I can. Technic Speedy and me have about the same age-old tires. I think he might have a little bit younger mediums than I do, but see, the gap is almost 4 seconds. I make a little bit of mistake here. I believe I make a mistake coming out of this turn. I lose a little bit of time. There we go. I make a little bit of a shimmy. The gap is already 4.3 seconds coming out of the castle section, and all we have are two left-handers here, and then one flat straight. So really, if I don't come out of this next left-hander already, basically 4.8, 4.9 seconds, and I've lost this race. So as we come out of this next left-hander, you can see the gap is not growing at an exponential rate as it was earlier. It's already 4.4 seconds, but that's not quite enough what we need to get this win. So it's already nearly 4.5 seconds. We set 2 purple sectors there on these worn medium tires. We had to use as much ERS deployment as we can. We can't use the whole battery because on the last lap, even though in real life you can use as much as you want on the final lap, in the game you still have a deployment issue on that. But as you can see, we come home in P2 for the Red Bull team. And if you guys want to check me out, follow me on Twitch. Here's the link, and this is the link to my Discord if you want to join EGR. And guys, I will see you guys next time. Peace.